Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I was looking at them, and I just looked over at you. It's R2.
Yeah. Why do you have Kinsley's toy with you?
Because she was just on the couch, and she left it behind.
I see. Like, thanks, Mom. Are you going to ask me or not?
How was your bath?
It was glorious. It was so glorious. I ended up taking a shower and a bath.
Yep, he had to make sure all the features worked.
I actually did. I did have to test it out. That is true. And the rain shower head, that is awesome. Oh my goodness.
It's all good.
It was so good. It was great. The water stayed warm the entire time, and I got bored just laying there, so I got up and, I didn't bring a book, didn't bring anything to entertain myself. I was just laying in warm water, hot water. Oh, it was so glorious. So, no leaks. It held water.
Held its temperature.
It held the temperature. It was comfortable.
Did you check out the little handheld dude, too?
I mean, it's all good. I used the handheld thing to really rinse out the tub really good because I had been doing a bunch of work. And then to rinse it out when I was done, so there wasn't any, whatever. So yeah, it was great.
No trace of Nate left in the tub.
It was awesome. It was very, very good. So
Nice.
Huge win. The only thing that we need to do now, for the temporary setup, since we don't have a door, is put a blanket back up so it's not so drafty in there. Not as drafty because we have a space heater in there to keep it warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So success. That was a huge, huge win.
Nice.
Yes. So.
Yeah. Last night, he's got a towel, he's got some shampoo, he's got a couple things in his hands, and he's like, all right. And I was like, you gonna go test it out? He's like, yep. I was like, and he leaves the RV and goes into the house.
It was awesome.
It's like just the walk between might be cold on the way back. But
yeah, it was pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good stuff. And then today, sorry, Kinsley, I don't know what's going on here, but
She wants you to pet her.
I know, but I don't want to. And today I put the mobile watering cart to its maiden
Took it on its maiden voyage.
voyage.
Is that right?
I used it for the first time.
Yep.
I put it together and used it for the first time today. And that thing is awesome. That thing actually works better than I had anticipated and expected, and surpassed all of my expectations.
Did you guys hear that?
Whatever. It's pretty cool. So I actually filmed it, and so I do plan on putting a little video out about it.
Nice. Yeah, it's a cool little cart.
Yeah, it really is. So the only down draw to it right now is that because it freezes at night, you have to take the pump and the water hoses and everything apart and keep the pump inside so it doesn't freeze, because we don't want it cracking. And
Yeah.
during the spring, summer, and fall,
It'll be great.
Keep it all together. Yeah. So made it made bringing water to the animals a lot easier, and that's really nice because with the 25-foot hose that's on it, you can just kind of drag it over to where you're wanting to fill up, and it's high enough pressure on it that you can really rinse out the bowls.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a game changer.
Good.
It's a game changer. It'll be great for watering the animals, watering the garden. Watering
you?
whatever. No, that's too cold. Watering whatever, washing a car, washing a barn.
It'll be good for the food forest once we have that in.
Yep.
Make sure that, in the seasons where the trees need water and they're not getting enough.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't put up a watering system out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, we could even hook up a sprinkler to it, whether it's one of those, check that out, or those kind of sprinklers.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty awesome. I'm excited. It was a good last 12 hours.
Nice.
24 hours.
24 hours, yeah.
Yeah. So got got everybody watered and fed this morning. You topped off their stuff today.
Yep.
All of the food today.
Yeah, I took advantage. It was like 45 degrees outside today. It was very windy. It was about 8 to 10 miles an hour winds.
It was kind of windy today, yeah.
It was more than I was anticipating yesterday. I thought it was going to be about 4 mile per hour, but there was a couple times where I was like, whoa, what was that? You'd hear noises. The rug outside went flying, but I was like, I got done with meetings and I had a little bit of a break in between before my afternoon meeting that I had to be in. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage and go outside now. And so I went around and everyone got topped off on their food because a couple of them were getting kind of low because it was so cold this weekend that I couldn't get the lids off of the containers. And so daily I'd been having to go out there and throw to make sure they had enough food. And so this way I was able to fill all the buckets again. So now it's not as critical to go out every day and make sure everyone got a scoop of food. So that was fun. That was good. And then just checked on everyone and made sure, everyone was in the right coops. Because the other day I'd gone out and the net between the Brahmas and the Americanas was down. But everyone was in the correct coop. Nobody had transferred over, even though the net was down. I was like, okay.
They did. I put them back in. There were some transfers. The Americanas and the Brahmas.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because when I looked, there wasn't.
Today?
No, this was a couple days ago.
Today when I was going and doing water and throwing food, the bottom of the gate had popped out.
Yeah,
and so
I wonder if that's what happened last time
Yeah, so
too.
they were walking.
Yeah, it's real. Sometimes those gates are really hard to get back in, especially if you're doing it at night and you can't see right, because there's a little piece of the wire that comes up, and if you don't have it in the right position, it's really hard to get it back into its holder, basically, really good. And then if it freezes, the tops freeze, and so you have to really work to get those up so you can adjust it. So it's not the best design.
Yeah, I find myself just going over
Yeah.
normal, and not even using the gates very much.
I go over it when I'm wearing normal clothes, but when I'm wearing a skirt or when I'm wearing my winter pants, I can't do that. I get caught in the net, and then it's really bad because I went face first right to the shenanigans last time I tried to do that.
Ouch.
And I didn't hurt myself. It was just, hey! The shenanigans were right there, and they were like, ah! As I'm falling. It was like, my foot got caught, and yeah, the skirt gets caught, and yeah. So I was like, well, that was a silly idea. I shouldn't have tried that. I should just go around.
Yeah, I've been very careful because of the ice and the snow. It's very slippery, so I'm very careful about going over the net and making sure I have good feet support, and it's not slippery right there, because I know, and it just takes one, and you're over, and then you're in mud, or you're in whatever, and it's
or you hurt yourself. That's worse.
Yeah.
That's what I'm so afraid of, is one of us getting hurt and the other one either not realizing it.
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Or, hurt yourself bad enough to where it's like you're out of commission for a while, because neither of us can afford to be out of commission with either, my day job or all of the stuff that he's doing around the house and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of around the house, so since it's been cold, I started up the John Deere tractor just to kind of warm it up, mix the lubricant, whatever. And then I took the forks off because I wanted to see how the John Deere quick attach system works. So I took the forks off and I put the bucket on, because I figured we don't need to have forks on
both of them,
the Avant, and forks on the John Deere. And plus the way that we had positioned the bucket, it was collecting rainwater and then freezing, and
oh shoot.
So that's just not good. So I put the bucket on that, drove the tractor around for a little bit, and then that little self-propelled, basically like a little brush hog that we got for free, I started that thing up. I can tell it hadn't been started up for a while, because it took me like 30 pulls of the cord to finally get it to go. I have not used that muscle in a very long time, so like all of a sudden I'm like really sore back here, and I was like, oh. But I got it to go, and that thing cuts. That thing is a workhorse.
Nice.
Yeah, we need to replace one of the wheels, because one of the wheels is bent, so it kind of wobbles, and sometimes it gets stuck between the gear that's driving it and the frame, so it stops. So you have to let go. But yeah, that that thing will do some good fence work, and like little branches and stuff, little shrubs.
And
no
that'll be
problem.
good for the brambles then, maybe. Because I want to there's a couple places just behind the house, behind where we are now, and basically on the north side of the house, there's a couple big trees, but then there's a ton of just short brambles and bushes and things that we just haven't been able to fully get into with the lawnmower. I've gotten semi-deep, but there's a couple downed trees in there, so you know, with the lawnmower you can only get so far, but with this one I think we'd be able to get under a little bit better and get a little bit better positioning, because I want to get either that or the tractor back there sometime this winter before everything blooms again, and get a couple of those cleared out so we have an idea of what it looks like, and then is that usable space, or what do we want to do with it? Because I think once we're in the house, we're not going to want those brambles that close to the house and stuff. We're going to want that pretty clear, because that gives us a really nice line of sight to the back part of the property. And so Levi's running. There, I finally got the hair off my face that I've been trying to get off.
That's strange. Yeah, so then what else did I do today? Started organizing the house in terms of all the tools, because there's just piles everywhere. Because I'm going to now focus and try to get the beam wrapped, so then we can then work on the kitchen cabinets and the kitchen stuff, which would be awesome. Yeah, so I need to clean up because there's lots of stuff everywhere. And then I think I'm going to set up a planer and the table saw outside on the green deck under the cover that we have. So that way I can cut the boards to length and to width and do the 90-degree or 45-degree bevel at the bottom. So it's a nice join, and it's not just an overlap, it's an actual miter join.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what's going to happen over the next few days. But first, tomorrow, so far the plan is that Jim is going to deliver one, if not both, of the dog houses.
Yay!
Yeah, he sent me a picture of not quite finished, but pretty darn close to finished doghouse yesterday. It looks awesome.
Yes.
He was inside of it, so it's plenty big. Because he's probably 6'3", 6'4". He's a big guy.
Yeah.
And he was in there just smiling away. So yeah, those are going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited.
So he's delivering those tomorrow, and I think our ultimate goal is to have the 2 dog houses up by the pond where we're going to have all of our chickens and all of our, not all the livestock, but all of the fowl and stuff. But I think we're going to have to kind of ease our way into it, because the dogs are so used to hanging out around the house. So I think if we have the dog houses closer, like in the field where they hang out over here, and then we just start feeding them on the deck of their...
Move it.
Well, once they get used to the doghouse and they actually go into the doghouse to use it for whatever purpose, then we can start moving it closer and closer and closer. Because right now, I don't think if we were to have the doghouses up there, they would use it as much.
I think Levi might, but yeah. Winston, I think, is going to be the harder one to... Because Levi does hang out in those woods in that area over there already a significant amount of time. And he has been going a little bit further and a little bit further from the homestead, like initial, like our little area. And he has been over in the bird area a lot more. Like at night, that's where I find him when it go up to feed him and stuff. So I do think that he would be there. And then typically when we come home, if we haven't come home, they're coming out from that area.
Yeah, over.
But a little bit further up. But still, I mean, I think that's a good sign that they're definitely in that area, and I'd like to get them over that way as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, today after I was done watering, I came back for something, and he was actually just up there laying down, basking in the sun. So.
Yeah, he does go over there pretty frequently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's most of the time when I can't find him, I end up finding him somewhere in that area.
So you think we should just go for it, put it up there, and just start feeding them up there?
I think it would be easier and plus, Kinsley isn't over there as much, at least not without us, so then it'd be less likely for her to wander into one of the dog houses without our awareness.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that there's no arguing and that everyone, Kinsley knows this is her doghouse.
Yeah, the RV.
The RV.
Yeah.
And then the dogs know that
She does a good job on staying away from their dog bowls.
Yeah.
She knows that when they're over there, she doesn't go over where we generally place them. Mm-hmm. So she'll figure it out, but she'll want to sniff around for a little bit, but
Yeah.
Winston wouldn't care.
No, Winston won't care.
Levi would not be okay with it.
Levi's very territorial about his space.
Yes.
He doesn't mind if chickens, like he's okay with that, but other dogs, even Winston, sometimes he gets a little bit territorial. So he needs to know that it's his, but he also needs to know that he can't, like, fight people or fight dogs if they're coming in.
Yeah.
He's fine with us, but yeah.
Today I fed them, over here on the hill like I usually do. Mm-hmm. And they didn't initially eat, and I had their dog bowls plenty separated. And so when I came over to work on the tractor to start it up, I noticed that Levi was eating Winston's food, and Winston was laying by Levi's food but not eating it. And Levi's food was half full. I don't know how much Winston was that Levi was eating. So I just brought Levi's bowl over to Winston, and he ate that one.
They're so weird.
They are very weird.
They're very strange doggies.
Yeah.
But I think they'll eat when they're hungry, and they do switch, except for when there's something good on it, like if, we cook them up anything special, like eggs, or give them extra little goodies or treats or meat and stuff. Then they make sure to eat at least the topping or the goodies, make sure they got all of that. And then they're like, okay, if there's kibble left over, we can share that.
Yeah.
They're funny.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the dog houses. I've been wanting a dog house for the dogs for a very long time. And so I'm very thankful that we were able to make that happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tomorrow's the big day for that.
Just figured out how to move the budget around so that we could prioritize that. So they needed a spot.
Yeah.
We're okay. We need to make sure they're okay.
Correct.
So.
Yep. And it makes me feel better. I can relax.
Yeah. Yes, because he would stress and worry. You think they're okay?
Yeah.
Are they going to be warm enough?
Plus, I want them to have a safe place that they can go to when they need to, as opposed to having to keep the house open for them to go to, because that's not going to be their space, and we don't want to continue making them think that they can be in that house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, well worth it to have Jim work on it now versus me work on it later.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to think if there was anything else.
Yeah, today was busy.
It was a busy day. Just kind of lots of running around. Did the normal walk with the dogs. Actually did it twice today. Just looped the barns. Nice. It was really nice out today.
Yeah, it was very nice.
It was very cold in the morning, but then it warmed up to probably about 40 degrees, maybe a little bit less.
No, it was like 40, 45, yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I when I was doing chores and filling up all the feeders, collecting all the eggs and making sure that the chickens were all good, I had to take off my gloves. I had to take off my jacket. It was to the point where I was like, okay, that's too much to have on, because it was uncomfortable. So I haven't been able to do chores without gloves and a jacket for quite a while. So it was nice. Somebody at work asked me today, because we were talking about weather the other day, and she's in Arizona, and she's like, it is so cold here. It's like down in the 60s or something. And we're just laughing because the people on the phone were St. Louis, Colorado, and then myself. And then her. So she's saying how cold it is. And then we went around saying what our temperatures were. And she's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah. And then our temperatures are nothing compared to other people's temperatures.
Exactly. Because I was like, it's getting down to single digits. I was like, but I want to hear from you, Colorado, because I know you're going to be in the negatives. And they're down to like negative 17.
Wow.
And then St. Louis, had 12 inches of snow not too long ago. So it was like,
it's all
relative. Like it depends on, what you're used to. Cause I know my brothers lived in Arizona. And so, yeah, I remember
well, it's like when we took a trip down to Mexico, we had a week-long vacation there, and it was their winter, and everybody was in jackets and dressed up, really cozy, and we were in our flip-flops and shorts and tank tops, because it was like 65 degrees and sunny, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is so nice.
Yeah, coming from
and they're
Portland.
like,
freezing.
it's so cold here.
It's like when the first time I visited Oregon before I moved there, it was winter and I came from Minnesota. And I got there and I was in the ocean. I was playing in the ocean and it was like February. And everyone, like people were looking at me like I was crazy because it was like 45, or it was probably 50, 55 degrees. It was beautiful out. And I'd come from, negative. So I was very happy, but yeah, it's all.
Yeah, plus you didn't have to have your bug screen on
Yeah.
because there was no mosquitoes.
Well, yeah, not too bad at that time of year, but
Yeah.
yeah, summer it's horrible in Minnesota.
In Minnesota, yeah.
So many mosquitoes.
Yeah. Yeah, so, well, tomorrow will be a big day.
Yeah.
And then I think Saturday, Sunday will be starting on the wrapping of the beam.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Which means I need to start looking at countertops.
Countertops, front doors, tile.
Is that it?
I don't know, there's probably more.
I think we have the majority of the stuff. Because we have a lot of the fixtures and handles and knobs, and we have all of the interior doors purchased and picked out already. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we're getting there.
We are getting there.
It's just in the order. We just purchased them not in the order in which we installed them, so it's all right. We'll just work around it.
Yep, we're getting there.
Yep.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Am I ready for what?
Say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.